I learned about what are called the 10 virtues of Mary. So where do we get these? We get them from Saint Louis de Montfort. So he was a French priest who lived like back in the 1600s, late 1600s. And he had a deep devotion to Our Lady. He has written a lot about her. If you've ever heard the book True Devotion to Mary or The Secret of the Rosary, that's this guy. That's this saint, Louis de Montfort. Loved Mary. And he identified 10 principal virtues of Mary. And they are angelic sweetness, ardent charity, blind obedience, constant mental prayer, divine purity, divine wisdom, heroic patience, lively faith, profound humility, and universal mortification.
Wow.
And so he identified these like 10 pillar virtues that marked and guided like her whole life. And so in learning about those, imitation of Mary became more doable. You know, I'm always falling short, of course. But even more so what I saw through those is that she wanted to teach those to me like a mom.
Yes.
Like we're made to learn from our mothers. Yes. We are made to learn from Mother Mary. And so we learn about these virtues by being with her, by being in her home, which is why this study is called Home. Because it's not just learning about Mary, it's living with Mary. Yes. And that is how we learn her virtues. That's how we as daughters were designed to learn from our mothers, by being right under their feet, right around their skirts, following them all the live long day, talking to them, asking them questions. And Mother Mary, of course, as the perfect mother, lives that call upon her life beautifully. And so she is always happy that we are in her home. She is always happy that we show up, that we live with her, that we move in, that we ask her questions, that we pester her with our needs because she's not annoyed. And so, so that's what we really hoped to convey in this study, is that in Jesus, in the great gift of giving us his mother, gave us an example and way toward virtue. And so, so we hope through this study that you do take like this prayerful time together, you know, in small groups. Even if you're only able to do it on your own, that you spend it in the home of Mary. So it's not just a reading about virtue, but it's really a learning about her virtues by watching her live it and talking to her about it.
Honestly, I opened it just because I've had the pleasure and the privilege of like reading your words. So Liv serves as the narrator, introducing every virtue in every chapter, giving us beautiful metaphor and analogy for these virtues to help them become tangible, accessible. And I've been praying with your writing for literal months, but what you set up there is directly from the introduction. And I'm going to try to, I wanted to look it up and read it, and I just started crying. So hopefully I can do it without doing that. But this is just from the week 1 introduction. To be a child of Mary is to be brought into her home, to learn from her by living by her side. In most cultures throughout history, the role and tasks of women were passed from one generation to the next. Essentially, they learned from their mothers. They watched them cook, clean, harvest, wash, work, prepare, keep, protect, and nurture, and they imitated them. Even now, we are meant to learn how to be women from our mothers or other maternal figures in our lives. And then you end just by saying, Mary is not inconvenienced by your need to be taught. Your apprenticeship is freely given by virtue of your daughterhood. Mary is your mother, and it is her mission to bring you to Jesus. Oh, she will show you the way, one prayerful act of virtue at a time. Like the thought of like really being mothered by her. And I feel like for so many years in so many circles, when you described this, when we see Our Lady, her perfection, her beauty, it just feels like there's a chasm between us and her. How do we pole vault across that ravine, you know? But that's not it at all. We actually just get to be her daughters and receive her love. And through receiving, we learn to be like her.
Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with us.
We love praying with you, and we want to do that some more. So hit the subscribe button, like this video, and turn on your notifications bell. Bing!